Good morning, Mike D. 1 second, getting this thing all set up here. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's jump on out here. So let's go to the main. All right, so AMST was the one that I saw coming out of the gates today. It's up 170 or 117%, moved from 280s up to 715s. Let's go ahead and look into that catalyst. It says the catalyst is it launched a census-based enterprise tier form Nurse Magic. So some app called Nurse Magic to drive revenue growth and meet enterprise demand, significantly expanding total addressable market. Okay, so this tier meets demands of mid, so it meets demands of mid and large scale post-acute healthcare providers. And then it also has some earnings news out here. Say leading developer of AI enterprise solutions today announced 63% revenue growth for its Nurse Magic platform. Okay, so it's got an app basically. It's got an app that people are using. All right, so let's go ahead and look through the rest of these. Let's see, anything else meeting criteria for today? Mogu has a little bit of crypto news. MOGU, but it's just got some work to do to compete. Let me go look at this one, look at the news on it. Mogu, what are you doing out here? Mogu approves strategic allocation of up to 20 million to digital currencies. This is a Chinese stock, so yeah, you can do with that as you will. It's gonna have to get up a lot bigger for me to be interested, but it's a Chinese stock. 319 right now. Only 2 million shares traded. It's got a lot of competition above it. AMST, I see it's back under 5. Falling. So falling out of scope for now. Couple of really flat movers here. TCM. WLDS is the one that I traded from yesterday. I ended up trading it right here, came below the ATRs, started to build some type of structure here, and I got in right at this 690 level. It popped through 690, came down and rose back up, and I sold around this $8 level, so about $1 move in there, and that was it for me. I knew this was an Israeli stock, so I really didn't want to risk it. We can see what it did the other times that it got up here, just continued to come back down, went up all the way to 10 something, but that was like during lunchtime, so I didn't really mess with that. Dropped back down to sevens, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna see if it's gonna dump from here, or is it gonna start to hold? It started to hold right above the 6, came up, tested the ATR high, dropped down again, but did not rip down through this, so I started trading it up in here. And that was it. And I tried not to be greedy because one, looking at this, I already saw, yo, this thing may be on the backside of its move. If it went up here to 1093, I mean, what's the chance of it going up there with less volume in a day? So I just took what I could, got on down green. But yeah, let's jump back over to AMST. Kind of weaker news, just an app. Yes, their revenue is up, but that's kind of like earnings. Moved from 288 up here to 715. Let's go ahead and look at the daily chart, though. It is another one up here too. What is Vince? VNCE. Do you have news on the day? You do not. It's just earnings. Okay, so not the greatest, but let's go look at the daily chart for AMST and all of these leaders today. Things that are close to $5 at least. All right, so here's the daily chart for it. Closed at 268 yesterday. And we back up. And of course, it's trading above all these levels. Went up to a high of 715. So went all the way even above its all-time highs. So this was all-time high right here. Okay. Put that out there, all-time highs. Everything else under that, for it, if it goes, well, it is back almost to the 435. So it is back down around these levels. We got a couple of spikes down here. 430s is a little bit obvious there. So that's been tested multiple times. So we'll go to activate, or not activate, we're gonna edit possible daily level. We'll see how it respects that, if at all. Edit daily level. Okay, and then below 4, I mean, it's just completely out of range. All right, so we got that one. Let's see. We got one called XLXN. XLXN. It's gonna have to do some work though. It's a little bit lower volume, but it is a higher price. Let's see what kind of range it's doing. So XLXN got up here to 28 from $5. Does have catalysts on today with a low float, pretty low float, under 1 million. So I'm definitely gonna keep that one on. Whoa. Okay, it just hit 30. Okay, so XLXN, lower volume, but big moves. So I'm gonna be careful with this one. Let's go look at the daily chart for XLXN. XLXN closed at 443 yesterday and is trading all the way up here to, let's see, it went to 30, but this is a obvious level right here. So we're gonna say possible daily level. Okay. Let's back it on up, back it on up. So 2248. Then above that, it's got 2665. And it's got a little gap back here that is kind of working within as well. So what's the top of that gap? Top of this gap is about 2834. And it just hit a high, pre-market high of $30. So somewhere up in $30 flat is what it hit. But nothing obvious there. So I'm just gonna mark up these daily levels and then watch that that $30 level that it just hit. All right. So we got a couple. We got a couple that are playing around. It just needs a lot more volume though for that one. We got another one pulling up here. What is TWG? TWG, these all still need to do some volume to compete on the day. No catalyst on TWG, looking real bad on the daily. I like SLXN way better. Okay, so popping down there. Mogu is out of there. AMST went down under the 430s. Still way more volume than SLXN. But SLXN has that range though. So I'm gonna watch it. Let me see what kind of. So it has Sixleon, or what is this? Selection Therapeutics reports positive preclinical data demonstrating SIL-204's reach and activity in major pancreatic cancer metastatic sites following systemic administration. It says it reaches all major sites of pancreatic cancer spread and cuts tumor burden in preclinical study. So this is preclinical data on XLXN, and that's probably why it's not getting like a crazy amount of volume. It's gonna have to trade around for people to be willing to play with it. But it's the one that is above that $5 mark, and I'm gonna see if more volume can pour into this one. Where is this from? Let me go look at where Selection is from. XLXN. Let me read some of these chats. So Mike D said I'm holding ISRLW. That looks like Israel. Let's see. XLXN on the move. Yup. Biggest position in Rome. Okay, we're gonna see what these got going. AMST coming back 2.5 but has not gripped 5 yet. Man, this thing's got some volume to get on XLXN. Previously traded levels down here at 15 on the 1 minute, but I don't know how much is going to respect that because there's no obvious levels on the daily chart at 15. All right, so these are our daily levels. Just coming back and tapping that daily level there. Can't really identify any structure yet. So we know there's some trading around this level 15. It got turnaround up here. So that's 2 structural points. We'll see where the third one goes. It may be building a third one here, but if it pops up or pops down, that'll break a little bit of structure there. But we'll see. Give it some time in there. Up 370% on that news. Still on very low volume. Not even 3 million shares traded. AMST has 13 million, so it's got quite a bit more than this one. Your biggest position is RUM, average at 1030. RUM, I remember, I think we talked about that on another time. RUM, that's been one that you've been holding for a minute. All right, let's look at the front page of Yahoo and see what's going on out here. High stakes CPI inflation report is on deck. What to watch? Eyes are on the impact the prices from tariffs as Fed's September interest rate decision looms. Tough job market hits young workers hardest. Why Kraft Heinz split may fail to fend off a new threat. Citi CEO, U.S. recession unlikely, so expect more deal making. Bets on deep rate cuts grow in face of CPI risk. Tech stocks are doing so well, investors are starting to worry. Oracle truly awesome quarter crowns it as a major AI player. Ray Dalio touts gold as shield for, and let me make sure I got this. Am I showing black? Okay, okay, y'all are seeing this. All right. But yeah, just reading, seeing what's on the front page. At least Oracle isn't the biggest thing up here anymore. Let's see. So definitely probably gonna be a small cap day. I like it. I like the what could be happening here. AMST getting smaller ranges. Point of control, could review how to use point of control. So the point of control is basically for a specific um, session. So pre-market or intraday or aftermarket. Point of control is the most traded area on that session, right? So it could be trades all over, but it says, okay, what price was the most touched during this session? Right now for this one, POC is 1994, or around this area was the majority of trades that were put in. Let me look at AMST. AMST point of control is right around here where it got flat here. 459. To move the point of control. So let's say if the most deeply traded area was right here. If it starts to trade up and more people wanted to go up, the volume is going to make this point of control bounce up to a new level. The more people are getting in. Now, if it's around the top and the point of control pops up here towards the top, sometimes it's not the greatest because it could be short sellers making moves, making transactions up there. If it's at the bottom and it's getting to a point of control, that could be buyers accumulating, unless it just blows past and just continues to go down. But if they're dragging it down and then all of a sudden you see like a whole bunch of volume come in and just sitting flat, you know, it's one of those things you kind of got to take note of. It's like, what? Something's slowing down here. Why is this point of control? Why is so much volume coming in low or high here? Is this a reversal? Is this a whatever? But sometimes during the day, as volume goes down, the point of control actually stops moving, and it kind of becomes kind of a level of where you can be like, okay, well, let's see how it reacts off this level. If it's bouncing off this level, it's holding its support. People don't want it to go below this. If it's coming back to the upside and hitting its head on it and just holding throughout the day, you know people are selling there, selling. But yeah, that's how I use it. Just to see where the movement is. If it's at the top of the move and the point of control is up here at the top of the move, I'm thinking reversal. If it's at the bottom of the move and the point of control is at the bottom, I'm thinking, okay, buyers are accumulating. If it's slowing down, if it's in a straight structure, just going straight down and not really consolidating at all, then I can't trust anything. It might just be going down forever or going up forever. I don't really know. If it's to the upside, if it's just grinding higher. That's why I don't like grinding stocks. I like the ones that just go. AMST coming back down to the $4 level, breaking down under the point of control. Point of control is still at the 459s, but like I said, it's got some work to do. Let's jump back over to SLXN. Point of control right here at this previous breakout spot. Came back and revisited here at 1614. So yeah, trading underneath that, and we'll see if it just continues to go down or what. But into a previously traded level of the 15s, right there. Still very low volume. I don't like the volume on SLXN either. What time frame do I use? Well, so you see my 1 minute. This is my 1 minute y'all are looking at. But I also have my 5 minute and my 15 minute on the side over here. So I can kind of get a range of where the point of control is across those three time frames. The 1, the 5, and the 15. So over here, I'm looking at the 15 here, point of control 1994. I mean, my bad. This is the 5 minute point of control 1994. So it hasn't moved yet. It's just trading under this point of control. Point of control on the 15 minutes, 1718. And so I kind of get a range from that. So I say, okay, well, if on the 1 minute we have the 6 1559, and on the fifth, and then on the highest point is the 1994. We got a little bit of a zone here. So from 16, let's see, where's 1650s? Let's just say it's right here, all the way up to 1994. 1994 here. You got a little bit of the zone. I guess I could put $20. Okay, so a zone up in here somewhere. But it's having this lower volume, so I don't even know how it's going to attack this zone. But it is what it is. That's the zone of the point of controls between the 1 minute time frame and the 15-minute time frame. Now, if you use other time frames, it really, I mean, it works the same. You just have to use time frames that you use all the time so it doesn't mess you up, right? I use 1, 5, and 15. That's it. So watch the 1, watch how it's trading on the 5th. Now the 15 is the most important to me. If the 15 is big red and then I'm looking at the 1 and the 1's kind of trying to do something, but 15 is still big red, I'll wait. If the 15 starts to come into alignment, starts to trade a little bit smaller and look like a reversal is incoming, then I'll be like, okay, well, let me check the 5 and the 1, right? So that's kind of how I look at it from top down. What is, okay, Cable, I see VRVP. What is VRVP? Oh, yeah. These little blue bars out here, the faded blue bars are where the trading. So just like you have volume like this. Let me see. No, not this. If I wanted to put on style, go to settings. If I wanted to put on volume like this, okay. So like this, instead of seeing it straight up and down per candle, I'm seeing it straight across at the price levels that are moving here. So this price, what volume came in at this price, 1314, all of that. And so I really just, seeing this up and down doesn't really help me a whole lot. Yeah, seeing it straight across at the specific price level helps me more. But that's just a me thing. And, if you see these better where it's like going up and down, it is what it is, But I just doesn't help me much, so I just don't use them. All right, so it's coming back up to that point of control. We know that this is the range between the highest point of control on the 15-minute and the lowest on the 1 minute. So coming back up there, tapping his head right there, and we're finding some type of structure here, but we really still don't know. It hasn't held this previous level of the 13s again, and the volume is still pretty low. Point of control time frame, mine, how many days? How many days? It's per session, so it's only calculating for this session. It's not really going back any further. It's only for today, if that makes sense. So let me see. It's only for today. So let me see if I can custom. All right, so let me go into so right now on my point of control, my price per row, and I don't even know if y'all can see this. Let me see. It might be a screen outside of the screen that y'all can see. Yeah, it is. Okay. So my price per row sets automatic, custom row height 1, time per profile is day, but I have no expansion on, so it doesn't expand through all the sessions of the day, right? It just stops per session. So when pre-market or when aftermarket ends, going into pre-market, it starts a new session. When pre-market goes intraday, it's no expansion into the next period. Then let's see, show all the rest of it, just talking about the visual, but basically you got to turn off the expansion Set it today. I think you can set it to bar, month, week, day, hour, minute, chart. I just set it today. And then set my custom row height to 1. I guess I could drop a picture of that in the Discord since y'all can't see that. I'll drop it in the Discord real quick so you can see my settings. Where's my custom profile? Okay, let me take a screenshot of this. And all of that. Okay, and I will drop that in the Discord real quick. Come on, Discord. I forgot to open it up. It's loading. Give me a second. All right, there we go. All right, so dropped it in the Discord. That's my settings for my point of control. XN still only with 3 million shares traded. Is there anything else popping up here? I see WHLR. Did it have no news on today? That one's dead. GMM. What is this? Oh, trash. WLDS. WHLR, no, like I said, no catalyst. How? HAO. AMST. VNS, whatever it had in earnings. So I'm not touching earnings. It's got 16 million though, but yeah, not my type of play. Okay. Again, we hit our head again on this little point of control zone that we have up here. So tapped once, 1646, but it's making higher lows here, but it has not done a big move down yet. So these are smaller candles coming into this point of control. So this is where the 50-50 comes in. Either it's going to jump back in this zone or it's going to reject back here to test these 13s. So not sure, kind of unpredictable. I'd rather be buying the lows than buying the highs. So, but the lows down here is 13.1, and I still do not like the volume. AMST hit its head on the point of control on the 1 minute. Still trading lower. Oh, you have the old point of control. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm always coding and changing these codes. So yeah, I dropped the new point of control in the Discord as well. Where did it go? Studies. Okay, here's the code for that. Hopefully it's not too long for the whatchamacallit. Okay, I'm about to drop it into Discord here. Copy. And Discord. Okay, it looks like it all fit. Let me check it all the way to the bottom here. Did I capture everything? Okay, so the top starts with inputs and all the way to the bottom profile. Okay, yeah, that's all of it. All right, let's see if it'll go through. Wait, I hit a 2,000 character limit. Okay. Let me hit the limit. Let me put it in a Word doc and then share it like that. pretty long code. Okay, make sure it didn't change anything. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, I could just put in a notepad. That's lighter weight than a Word document. All right, let's just put in a notepad. Bang, there we go. Save that bad boy. And let's see what I want to save it in. Okay, so that's saved. Let me input that in here, just in a regular notepad. Upload file. Okay, there we go. All right, that's the code right there in that notepad. You can download it. Literally just take out what you have in your for your I don't know if you have a custom one, but that's the code for the one that I'm using right now. All right. Good morning, Tatiana. What were we doing? Oh, we were looking at AMST and we were looking at what was this other one? SLXN hit its head, and now we're seeing more of a downtrend here from the 30 down here to 1283. So that is quite a bit of a give back. Let me see if the point of controls have moved. Not really. Point of control, yeah, they have moved down actually. So point of controls, the bottom 1 minute is now at 1568 and the top one is at 1659. So let me redo this. It's 1568 somewhere up in here. That was 67. And then up to 1659. So very, very thin point of control up here, but it held its own up in there. So it actually was wider up to the 20s, and now it's right here. So we're seeing it file down, and maybe it'll return at this point. I don't know. But only 3 million, not a whole lot of volume pushing in there. VNCE continuing to push up as well. Had a top side of 551. 551. Let me go look at the daily chart for VNCE. Okay, so closed at 166 yesterday and it's trading around 5. So this top side is 691. We'll put that as our possible daily level. Possible daily level up there. Then it hit 633 just then. Any more obvious levels? That's not really obvious. It just came up, popped 560 and came down. Let's see. And what was the catalyst on this as well? VN earnings from yesterday afternoon. Earnings from yesterday afternoon. So, barely holding 5. XLXN continue to just vibe to the downside. It's underneath all of this volume. So look at all these little blue marks. Actually, let me turn up the opacity so you can see them. I don't know if y'all can see them. Let me turn up that opacity here. And opacity, let's set it to 25. You be able to see it a little bit better. 25 and okay. All right, so now you can really see those blues back there. So you see where the majority of the trades happen at this price level of the 15, and then now it's underneath. So it's kind of got to find a floor somewhere, and buyers got to come in and save it. All right, AMST continued to huddle around the 440s. 15 million shares traded. VNCE earnings news. So, and struggling to hold that $5. It's literally too close. I mean, literally could drop from here and go to back to 3 something. So I'm not too into that. Trying to see that range. It has a ATR of 42 cents. Yesterday it had an ATR of 8 cents. So definitely a very tight range on its usual motions. AMST closed with 14 cents in the ATR and is now up to 45 cents. And you can see these move a little bit better too with it a little bit darker. I just on my screen I don't need it this dark to see them clearly. I have it set usually to opacity of 10, but I turned it up to 25, and right now they're really dark for me, like really dark. So you see how that volume's just growing. You can I don't even know if you can see it inching up. Let me zoom in a little bit. See, y'all can see it inching up. Can y'all see that motion there? How that volume's coming in? Where is it? I tried to capture it, but it's moving. It's definitely moving right here. Point of control is still down here at the 352s though, is where the majority of the trades have happened. Ooh. Oh, for that code that I dropped into the Discord, if you need help getting it to the location that it needs to be, we can do a call. We'll have to schedule a call and I'll show you how to put it in. And yeah, so if you're having issues putting that into your TOS, I can show you how to do that. But right now, with how my screens are set up and things, y'all only see my trading surface. So if I have to answer emails or anything like that, I can do that off to the side. Okay. Let's go back up. So SLXN continue to come on down. I mean, really, it's just a downtrend with no structural kind of continuation. Only 4 million shares traded on it, getting left in the dust by everything else that's moving on the day. AMST was not able to pull back over 5, but still has 15 million shares traded. No, Tatiana, I have not seen anything that is what I'm looking for. Now, the closest thing that got to what I was looking for was SLXN, and we looked into the news catalyst for XLXN, which I'll go back over real quick because I already forgot. Basically, they have a therapeutic preclinical data. And it's preclinical now data demonstrating SIL 204's reach and activity in major pancreatic cancer. And I think if this was better, more volume would be on it. It's under 1 million shares traded. Maybe it'll make a move later on. I'll keep my eye on it for sure if it wants to do something later on. But for right now, it's the only one that's meeting the criteria that I like. Being above 5, showing me some range. It has ATR of $2.66. Just doesn't have the volume to compete. That's it. That's all it's missing. It's got catalysts on the day, all that good stuff. Went up to $30 at one point, but I don't want to get caught in a everlasting downtrend. So that's why I'm like, I'll wait. And then AMST out of scope, under 5. Cheaper, smaller ATRs. Not gonna give me the range that I want on a move. Yesterday I traded WLDS. Traded once for a 30-cent winner and then another time for a 75-cent winner. These aren't given those types of moves, right? So this one, AMST, sure, it could pop unexpectedly, but I want something that's consistently giving 30, 40, 50 cents out. So all I got to do is follow the structures, try to buy the bottom. If it doesn't work out, guess what? I stop out. If it does work out, great. I'm taking profit, all that good stuff, right? So, but these right here, I'm like I said yesterday, I'm too greedy to be trading a stock this cheap, that with a range this small. I am like a goblin or a leprechaun. I can't do that. I'm not gonna. And another thing is, I only have a limited amount of bandwidth on each day before I have to get into work. A lot of times, work gets distracting and things like that. Now, I will come back during the day, and if I see something that's meeting the criteria, I'm like, all right, let me set some markers out, see if I can see a bottom down here, obvious bottom, and get in there for a little pop. And if it works out, great. And then if it doesn't, put that stop in there, get on out. But for today, yeah, patience seems to be the muse, because the things without catalyst are outperforming. Well, some of these had catalyst on yesterday afternoon, but mostly the things without catalyst are outperforming. WHLR, we've seen that one before. Hasn't had catalyst since the second. You made really good money. Yep. WL, I did too. Both of those. Yep. WLDS was blessing. Octo was blessing as well. And plus, now with this with the front page being this dull, people will probably be more likely to come and trade small caps. There's no, I mean, they got CPI inflation. They got Oracle is not, the center spotlight like yesterday. And which is why I didn't touch anything in the morning, because everybody was on Oracle. Like Oracle was eating everything. And then as Oracle died down during the day, that's when I came in and traded WDS going into the afternoon. WLDS, my bad. But yeah, just CPI news. Mexico hikes China auto tariff. South Korea warns on U.S. investment. Okay. Reverse budgeting, flips, boom. So yeah, no really obvious things sitting out here. All right. All right, XL, XN. You see it came to some type of bottom here around 1117. Previous top was up here at the 16s. Where are the point of controls at? Point of control still sitting at the same spot around this level in here. Activate, elongate. So this is the level that it's maybe it'll get back to. I don't know. There'll be a $4 move from 12 up here to 16s. So I like that range. The volume is just now reaching almost 5 million. Still, it's got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost, it's got 10 or more tickers still above it in volume. Probably more, because it's only 4 million, and the bottom ticker on mine right now has 7 million in the volume. All right, coming down to this bottom of 1115. Boy. AMST back up. It's got more volume, so I'm thinking more eyes will be over here. Let's see what it can do. Previous top was 463. It literally has 60 cents to get back over the 5 and start trading upwards. My screen looks different from your screen. How do I shift the POC to the left? Let me see. Studies, edit studies. To the left. Funnel control, show value level, yes. To the left. Mine always comes, I'm trying to think. Pretty sure mine always comes out to the left. Where's yours at? Is it like in the middle or how? Funnel control. Oh, did you turn off the expansion? So if you turn off the expansion, it should be to the left to the start of the move. Oh, you post a picture? All right, let me look at that. Ooh, AMST. Why is it out? Post your settings. Like take a screenshot of your actual not the code but the settings, the switches that you have turned on. Like the price per row height, the custom row height, time per day, multiplier, all that stuff. Cause I don't know why yours is sitting out there to the right like that. I mean, it's still the same idea, but looks like yours isn't overlapping. Okay. All right, Excel, XN. A little bit more volume coming in there. Okay, there. Okay, let me look at yours here. Studies. Data studies. Okay, so automatic one. Okay, so on your time per profile, change that to day. Change that time per profile to day. And then turn your own expansion to no, and then that's it. That's the only two that you're missing. The time per profile today, and then the own expansion to no. See how mine is? So this one came from aftermarket. This is for pre-market. That should fix what you got. Excel XN again fell in this little high point. Yep, there you go. There you go. So we got, let me see. So now the new points of controls have shifted. For the high point is 1568. And then the low now is on the 5 minute and the 15 minute. Low is 1355. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this. So 1560s, 1568 down to 1355. 1355. Somewhere up in there. All right. So we kind of got to walk down in here to the 11s and still on low volume. VNCE pumping on down under 5. Like I said, if y'all need any custom codes or something or whatnot, just drop it in the Discord and probably help you build something if you're trying to build a certain strategy or whatnot. I can jump on. So with Discord, we can do video calls and things like that. So I can show you how to put them in and all that good stuff. But I primarily work with TOS. I've been doing those codes for a while. Any other platform I'll have to look into because it's probably a different language, but it's still probably the same premise. But ThinkScript has its own script, own keywords, own functions, and operators. All right, so 1117 again here. Question is, can it get back up to this level of the point where that point of control stopped? This will be his second attempt upward if it's going to go. Let's see what it wants to do here. And the volume just continues to dry up. Still up 154%. The 15-minute just showing me red. So I don't like this slowdown. We'll see what happens. $27 million shares traded on VNCE. Leading the day in volume with news from yesterday. Looking for a breakdown of this level of the 11 flat. See if we can pull that point of control down even more. All right, that's 1105 right there. Almost broke it down. It stopped here a couple of times, and so people, I guess, are jumping in right there on the 1187. Let's see. So I guess we'll have to just watch and see. That low volume's just killing me. I got to see this 15 minutes start looking like it wants to turn around. It's right on the 12s right now. Bottom side of this was 1101. All the volume headed up here to VNCE. Yeah, I think I'll wait. It needs to at least make it, you know, get 5 million shares traded at least. I don't want to get into a deathmobile. AMST pulling back up. This thing has tested this level multiple times at this 441. The majority of volume y'all can see is right here. You see those blues, all this blue here. 432 is what it's been bouncing off of. So let's see if it can get back to the highs over 473s. Will be pretty nice. 450s. Start holding up that 472 $5 level and start moving up if possible. Okay. Keep going. Slowing down there. At least it's going flat, but the only problem is with it going flat like this, that means that there's almost like an agreement on the prices, right? People don't want to go higher than this. People don't want it to go lower than this. It's just holding flat until it's not. All right, top here, 473. It looks like it's gonna struggle to get to that 5 though. All right, so it did pop through there a little bit. Top side is 5 flat. '80s. Almost 5. Point of control just shifted upward just a little bit. Is 5 gonna hold it down like that? Wow. Little spike of volume right there. Coming in at 5. Let's see if they're interested in buying or selling at 5. Yep. I'm looking at the 5 and the 15 on my other chart on AMST. About to be the top of the hour coming in here in about 3 minutes. SLXN has like a flat bottom here at 11 right now. It has this previously traded level up here, which has shifted once again. All right, so it's to the low. So it's from 568 to the low of 1233 now. So let me activate this. 1233 based on the 5 minute is the range. 12. Oh, it's like right at it. Okay. We'll see if it dumps from here. 5 minutes calling for that 1233. Then we got the top of this up here at 573. So quite a bit to fight through. Maybe it'll get started here soon, but I mean, I really hate when stocks have low volume, but they have all the potential that I like to see, but low volume. Makes me itch. All right, AMST right at that $5 level. Could not get through it. And like I said, like I've said before, prop firms and all the professional traders and all that, they like to short from $5. So that's why a lot of times it seems like there's a wall. But after it gets over 5, it's like, oh boy, this thing's pushing. And after 5 is a lot of times when you see those short squeezes where it's like people start getting their accounts closed and stuff like that because they short from 5. They're expecting it to go down to $1. But we'll see what happens later on in the day. It has now tested this level of 5 twice, but stopped short of falling through the floor of $4. So it's not all is not lost. Plenty of volume, okay, point of control just moved up to 459 right there, bounced up. It was down here at 425 and bounced up. So something has come in here. Is that selling or is that buying pressure is the question. Let me look at VNCE. Nah. 29 million shares traded. Whoa. Okay. So there's a little pop there. All right. So we saw something come in here and I was like, well, is it buying? Is it selling? What is this thing? So now it is crossing that $5 level, or trying to cross it at least, but has not confirmed anything yet. Still has this bottom around 460s. SLXN finally crossed 5 million shares traded, which is crazy. Should have been over 5 million. AMST has almost 20 million traded. And again, we're seeing $5 put his foot down here. This one's at 412. This one, it's very small. I mean, this is what, a dollar risk there. Dollar risk to the downside. Could get quite hairy. It's been down here multiple times. I wonder, could it break it or does it want to go up? Reach the 5 million share mark. Looks interesting on the 15 minute for sure. Looks interesting. I give it a little try to start with this this range this guy here, see if we can get over 1263s. I'll be out down here at the bottom, 1159s there. I'm only in 10 shares, not a whole lot. So looking to see if it can force its way back up in here. Did not get a fill there. Okay. So got a fill there. See if it can force its way back up a little bit over 13. Bottom here is $12. So under 12, I'll be jumping. Can you hold over? Over. It's right at that point of control. It needs to jump over that 1280s. Can we get a little bit more of a jump up here to the 1350s? You held this little bottom a couple of times at 1107. I was looking for you to try to jump up just a little bit. Okay. It's a little pop, 13s. All right. Can we go ahead and break over these highs here? All of this is the point of control. So I'm looking for it to try to struggle in here. Struggle to the upside if possible. We're looking to be out at 12. Just need those 13s to get clapped. All right. Give me a little love back into this area. Literally sitting on the point of control. $15 looks pretty good. Something coming in here. I don't know what's coming in there. 1240s. Needs to close above this level, continue to trade here above the 1234s. Not risking much because this is a lower volume mover, but kind of looking for it to try up here somewhere. Okay, so it closed. Where'd that close? Right there. Let's see if we can push up here. Top side is a 1308s. Got our point of control. Let's see if it can go up and test. What's the top point of control is at 1324. So let's see how it tests 1324s here. 1315. So again, coming up here, and like I said, it's on low volume. This point, the bottom is going to be 1221 down here. If it can't do anything else than this. Got in at 1241, up 60 cents right now. Looking for a little bit of a push out. If we can get it, if it can struggle upwards a little bit. Top side of this is 1350s. And I'm ready to jump at 1225 there. It doesn't want to play ball. More volume coming in. Is that buyers or sellers? Not sure. Got to break 13 to be sure. $15 left on this candle. Just need to see 13 start to hold. Okay, so bottom here, 1225 still there. And all right, is that it? Got a top here of 1325s. Can we see 1350s? That'll put me $1 in profit. All right, so let's get ready to sell a little bit. That's 1370s. Let's see if we can get another pop there. 14 maybe. Okay, 14s. All right, sold some. Sold some. Okay, so 7 shares left there. Got the 14. 3 shares left, just not to risk it. Bottom 2 shares left actually. So all the way up here into this zone, I'm gonna sell one more. Okay, so holding 1 share there. Got our point of control here. So I'll be out at 12.92. My average price is 12.50 on this last one. If it keeps pushing, I don't care. I just took my little bit. That was from 12.41 up to 14.50. So I'm okay with that gain. And we got the top side of this little zone up here. See what it wants to do. If it can continue to push, I'll definitely take it. Okay, we'll see how this closes. All right, buddy. I'll go ahead and take that. It is what it is. Whatever. That's 28 bucks. We just found the zone, traded something with range. It doesn't matter. Like, I'd rather trade range than trade something that's moving 3 cents. I just got to move from 12.41 up to 14, almost 15 bucks on this. So, you know, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to be stressing over cents, stressing over pennies. But we got into this range. I want to see if it can dip and hold this bottom here of the 1231s and maybe possibly try again, but we'll see. Got to see where the points of controls kind of line up here, though. Only 6 million shares traded on it, and it may continue to push. I don't know, but I was just going to take what I needed, you know, for my breakfast. But anyway, looking at this, let's see if it comes back down. So we got this, and it's coming into this level 16 up there. kind of slowing down. If I was going to hold for $100, that's what that green line is right there. To get $100 on that 15 shares, I would have had to wait it until it got to 1903, and I wasn't sure if it can get there with this cloud here. I didn't know if it could just shoot out of this or what, but we see it's trading in it, waiting for a dip down and to see if it can hold. The 1 minute point of control is at the 1294 right now, and then the bottom of this cloud is at 1231. So really don't want to see it breaking down all the way back down here, but it is what it is. 710 right now, and just letting it play. More volume coming in there. Coming on back down to this point of control. 5 minutes looking a little drastic. The 15 minutes still green, but 5 minutes looking a little drastic. Let me flip over to the 5 so you can see what I'm looking at. So this is the 5 right here. It's red right now, but everything else is 15-minute big picture is green. So we'll see what it wants to do here. Jump back over to the 1 minute. Okay. Let's see how it acts around this 12. Can it hold up the 12s? And again, that was small share size, so I can take more of those trades today and get, 10 or more than 10, probably 20, 30, 40, 50 cents off of these moves. So that's what I'm looking for. Got catalysts on the day, giving us some pops, and you just can't be greedy, right? You can't go based on the size that you see on the chart. You go based on what percent gain did I get. Am I up $1? Am I up, 75 cents? Oh, I think I need to take profit. All right, so bottom of the zone, let me check so right now, 1 minute is showing 324 as a point of control, 5 minute is showing 324, and the 15 minute is showing 380, or not 380, 1380, 1324 to 1380. So that's our new zone. Let me go ahead and remove this. So we got 1324 to 1380. It's actually right on it. All right, so 13 here up to 1380. So it's the zone is getting tighter here. 1380. Okay, so we'll see how it trades, and if it starts to hit its head up here, if it wants to get out of these levels. To break this down, it would have to break under $13. So we'll see what its next moves are. See if it gets clapped down here at the 1380 mark. Let's see you try. 1380, 75, get that tap of 80 and then crash out. It's close to the top of that little cloud. There it is. There's the tap. Let's see the sellers come in there. Shall they take it? 14s and then a pop back. Okay. Got over 1380. So pretty much back to where I was. I already got this win, so I'm not impressed. I already got this. So waiting for another dip. And if I have to wait until later in the day, that's cool too. But we already been up here. Saw the resistance, and so it's doing it a second time. Didn't catch the first one. There was a second one. Now let's see this action back towards 1380. Volume coming in up here again. That may be sellers. You see that growing bar there? See that? Right at that level. 1380 coming on back into the picture. slow down, and then how many shorts got on this? 14s. Let's see if it'll, what is it going to do here? Mm. 1380s. So we still sitting with the same points of control. $30 seconds left. Again, getting, I don't like this, another struggle here. Like, it just came up here and now we're seeing a struggle again. It needs to pop this top if it's going to go. But you know, probabilities, right? Is it going to do it? Oh, point of control just moved up there to 1507 on the 1 minute. The point of control, it didn't move anywhere else, but it definitely snapped up there right there. Went from down here, snapped up. So now something is coming. This is at the top of this little move where it recently got rejection. So I'm wondering, is this going to be a slam? Something's coming. Bottom side of this is the 1480s. Well, I knew something was coming, but lordy. Didn't know it was gonna get up, but it's still not over this previous high of the 1660s. So I'll wait. It was a nice little move holding over that 1380. Got almost down there, held the 14, moved from 14 up to 16 bucks. But it is what it is. You can't be absolutely perfect. Get my little piece and wait until I get some more confirmation and play ball. It's got 7 million shares traded now. So more volume coming into it. Still, man, it needs to get on up there to that 10 million real quick. And now back to the bottom is a $4 move. So 15 back to this 11 is a $4 move. So is that worth it for the shorts? Is the question. A $4 move back down. More things happening here, but it moved from 506 up here to 570s. And again, starting to slow down. Let's see if it can get back below this point of control. Point of control at 15. 50-cent drop, basically. Something's happening. We can see the volume coming in here, but the point of control is not pulling up. Ooh, that's a good bit of volume right there coming in there. All right. So let's see what it wants to do above these 1380s now. Getting back to that point. Point of control has moved on the 5 minute up to 1446. So on the 1 minute is 1507, and then it's all the way down here to the 14, or actually 15 is still at the 1380. So let's go ahead and activate. And let's see. So top side 1507, bottom side 1380. 1380 right here. We'll see how it does. So now it's pushing back into a zone, and we'll see how it handles this 1380 that it's been holding. Big topping tail wick on the 5 minute. So look over here on the 5 minute. Look at what the candles are telling us here. Trading within this little cloud here, 5 minute topping tail. It's got a lot of work to do if it's going to continue upward, and not that much to push down. So let's see what happens when it breaks down at 1380. Let's jump back over to the 1 minute. Yeah, yep, pretty much. Risk of 4 to 1. Yep. So it's bumping its head on this top side point of control right now at the 1509. Almost got down to 13, but held one more time, but holding weaker this time. Little pop up there, but a lower high. It's got to get all the way up. It's got to go ahead and get over this 1550, but I don't know if it can here. Slowing down at the top of this cloud. 1507s. And the breakdown point is 1466 right now. Small little breakout. Only what 1521 up to 1524. And the breakdown here is 1466. So there's 1483s coming back into this cloud. This cloud is holding it. Anyway, it's about 7:30. I need to get on out of here. We saw XLX, whatever it is. Maybe I'll retrade it during the open or something, but just got a little taste. Small share size, didn't have to take anything crazy, but just a little lunch money trade. And yeah, I just looked at the clock. I do have to hit the road here in a little bit. So that's how I use the point of control across these three time frames. It gives me a zone of where the majority of the trades have happened on the 1, the 5, and the 15. Map that out and, use it as, hey, can this thing push back into this level? If it makes it up here and it moves the points of control, move them and see if it's struggling in this level or if it's going to, continue to rip out of the top. But right now, coming back down to the 1480s, and this is, it's still up 200 and something percent, but it is what it is. The other two that we were watching, AMST and all of that, did not hold up the 5. The pros beat that up at the 5, and then events still at 450 as well. But yeah, I gotta get on down. Appreciate you guys for tuning in again. And maybe I'll trade some more trades today. Don't want to risk too much. I mean, it's Thursday. Maybe some big news drops. Maybe something starts halting up. I'll take another 15 shares and see if it can pay me out some good money. If it can move $2, $3, $4. But yeah, that's it. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.